What's up, future millionaires? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ellie, aka Ellie Talks Money, and we are back with another video full of gems. Today we'll be talking about what are the best states for you to form a business entity. So I want you guys to know that even if you live in a certain state, it doesn't mean that you have to form an LLC in that state. You can actually form it elsewhere in order to get some better tax rates. It's a little cheaper and just some other things that are beneficial. So grab a notebook, grab a pen, and let's get into these gems.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, welcome back into the video. So I'm going to be talking to you all about the best states to start a business in terms of where you can get the best tax advantages as well as where it costs the least. So let me just say this, one of the worst states to form a business is definitely New York. No shade to New York, love y'all, I love the state, but it's expensive. You gotta pay to be in a newspaper. It's just quite complicated. I would definitely say if you are a New York entrepreneur or a New York aspiring entrepreneur, a great alternative can be Jersey. So if you live one place but you want to form a business elsewhere, you would get a registered agent in that other state. So in this case, a registered agent in Jersey, and that would allow you to still conduct your business activities, and then you can register for a foreign entity certification that allows you to still conduct business in New York, even though your business entity is formed elsewhere. So I just had to get that out of the way because I don't like how New York makes it so hard for people to start a business. Okay. So let's get right into it. Now, one of the best states that you can form a business entity is Delaware. Delaware is a great state because number one, it provides you anonymity. So if you're interested in real estate or you may want to get into real estate, you should know that Delaware is a state where when you form your LLC, and let's say you own property or you rent out that property as a landlord, your LLC will not be able to show, your information, your name, any kind of personal records. So that can be a really great benefit for people who really want more privacy. Another reason why Delaware is great is that it has the lowest tax rate. So compared to states like California, which is out of this world, and other more West Coast states, Delaware has a really low tax rate. As well, Delaware is the best state for corporations. So many of you guys are LLCs right now, and it's perfectly fine to form an LLC there, but I would definitely recommend as your business starts to scale and when you're ready to become a corporation, that is a good time to transfer over to Delaware because it's got a better rate, again, better tax rates, and you have that anonymity. Another pro tip about Delaware is that it is a minor-friendly state. So if your child is under the age of 18 but wants to start a business, Delaware is one of the few states where they can be, 10, 11, 12, etc., and actually have a business LLC in their name. So that can be a really big benefit to the moms out there. All right. Now let's get into the second state. The second state is Texas. Where are my Texas people at? I used to live in Texas, great state, also great state for starting a business. And the reason why Texas is good is the process is fairly simple. I myself live in California, and yes, I do have a business entity in Delaware, and yes, I have another one in Texas as well. So Texas, the process is simple. You go to their Secretary of State. I believe the fee is $300. So it is a state that costs a little bit more upfront, but you do not have those state taxes, which is incredible. And as well, it's a very business-friendly state. So generally, you operating there, you're going to get some extra benefits if ever, a consumer tries to sue you. That is a state where most of the time the laws are written to benefit the business owner, which can be a great thing for you. I would definitely say that, if you are looking to have a property management business or again, do any type of real estate, that's a great state to form your entity in, especially if you're going to be conducting business there. If you live, let's say in a place like California, but you want to form your business entity in Texas, that same process I mentioned to you earlier applies. So this is where you'll want to form the entity entity and then get a certificate of qualification or a foreign entity registration here for California that still allows you to conduct business here even if your entity is registered in another state, okay? So I'll make sure I link some additional resources down below. And something that would be really helpful is if you know you want to do this, just consider getting a consultation with a lawyer, someone who can form it for you. It may cost a little bit more, but it is definitely a great way to ensure it's done right, and then they can help you with that process in the long run. All right, y'all, so another business that, or another state, excuse me, that you should definitely start a business in is Colorado. And Colorado is a great option because the cost to file the entity is low, and as well, it's a very business-friendly state in that there's a lot of capital there. So even if you don't live in this state, you can register your business in Colorado, hire a registered agent, which is very key. This is something you want to do with any business entity you start, especially if you don't live in that state, is get a registered agent. And that's going to give you access to their banks, right? So when you have a registered agent there, which provides you with an address there, then you're able to open a business bank account there in the state of Colorado. And they've got a lot of great funding towards businesses. So this can be a great option for you to be able to secure some capital. I would also say that this is a great state if you want to open an Airbnb or if you want to get into event spaces. A lot of people visit Colorado. It's a very strong tourist state because of the weather and how beautiful it is. So you really have an opportunity to maximize your profits by not only opening the business entity there, but also by registering a certain type of business like events, like Airbnb, and etc. All right, y'all, so we talked about 3 great states. I want to give a bonus one, which is probably going to surprise most of you, and that is the state of Montana, all right? So Montana is a great state to form a business. Tax costs are very low. Costs in the state in general are very low. And actually an interesting statistic is that over about 55% of businesses there last more than 5 years. So that's not a huge number, but it does give you the peace of mind in knowing that as a business in Montana, the odds are in your favor to last. As well, average businesses have a revenue of about $57,000 to $65,000 in their first year. And remember, this is if you are conducting some type of physical business in Montana. In terms of forming your business entity there and having an online business, you've got the perks of number 1, better tax ratings. Secondly, not having to pay like the annual fee that California has, which is $800. And then thirdly, being able to pay a little bit less on the front end to actually form your business entity. So this is also a great state for tourism. So Airbnb and event spaces would do well here. Churro would also do well here, just to give you some ideas. So I want you to comment below what questions do you have on any of these. And as well, I want to make sure I invite you to my free wealth masterclass, y'all. It is time for you to have a business. It is time for you to understand how to scale your business to make more money. And I'm going over all of that in class. So click down below to register for free, or you can text me, and that is wealth to 310-564-0065, and I will send you the link personally.